welcome to my channel. I'm Kalof11, and today I'm going to do one of my all-time favorite games that I used to play. It's called Knights of Honor. It's a pretty old computer game. Don't see too many videos pop up of this, so I thought it'd be a nice little starting point for me coming back. I didn't have a mic for the longest time, so I had to wait till I got one to make more videos. But okay, so I'm going to do normal. These are two different ways you can pick your country. There's 3 time periods: late, high, and early. They're just different time periods in Europe, and they showed that there's the different territories. I think I want to play. I think I'm going to do high, and I don't want to start with something too easy. What's that? No, Sweden has that. Teutonic Order. Can't play as the papacy. Maybe Teutonic Order. Never played as them. Typically the best strategy, but not usually the funnest, is to start with a decent sized country, and typically on the corner. That way you minimize your borders. Like here, Novgorod only has borders with 3 different places. Do I want to play maybe early and do Italy's not too big. I just don't know what I want to start as. Maybe high and then start with late and start. Why does England know down there? That's weird. I don't know what that is. Okay, so I guess we'll do England. I never played England before. I normally like Italy or maybe a Muslim country or something up here if I want to go really super long with it. But we'll play England, see how it goes. This is going to be a nightmare. Okay. So I don't remember how to do anything. First, okay. Playthrough 2, because apparently I had a playthrough. Yeah, I tried a long time ago. Okay. So first thing I don't see the time changing. Huh.
How can I be of assistance, sire?
Don't even know where the options are anymore. There. Say preferences.
Preferences.
That's how old this game is. They're preferences. Don't really see anything. Don't see the team, the
Political
time,
view.
lower time, none of that. It used to be. I don't know why none of my hockey. Oh, there it goes. Okay. So, for some reason, maybe I had. Yeah, for some reason my non-numpad plus and minus don't hotkey it, so it's obviously straight to a hotkey. So this is extremely weird. So this is England. This is every other country. I'm not going through all of them, obviously. For some reason, my knight starts down here, probably at war with France. Relations, yeah, France is at war with me. There's 3 different things you can be in. This is a trade agreement, another trade agreement. Okay, so all there is trade agreements. I might be able to find something else. Oh, right here. This is the second stage past trade agreement. This is non-aggression pact. After non-aggression pact, it is alliance. Which alliance is if you ask them to go to war and you don't, your kingdom power goes down a lot. You lose them as alliance. You're probably at war with them, and that country hates you. Their color is how they feel about the country. Like Germany, it's green. It's that'd be friendly. That's not trustful or something. Like, see, they're that light color, they're troubled with us. They're not necessarily hating us. But yeah, most places will be neutral, especially if they're not even near you. Have few allies, so that's not too bad. This is mostly micromanaged with a little bit of...
We are on our way. We are on our way. I am moving.
A lot of RTS, real-time strategy. These are what, I can't think of what they're called. Different resources your town has. Like this has fishery and quarry. It has fishery because it has a... If you have a coastal village like this, that means that city has like a 50% chance of getting a fishery, which most have. So first thing I want to build here is a smithy, tool smithy, right there, because that will allow me to have a lot more option in what to build here.
Political
I go to
view.
political view, which is also right there. I can view this. For example, where's resources? Provinces features right here. So if you look, I have more than half of the resources starting out, which is actually pretty good. They're all random, so they never start the same. This is hunters. Like, I don't have any hunting grounds. This is silver ore. Damn, France has a lot too. I think France has every single resource. Yeah, they do. But as you can see, generally, if it's on the coast, it has a fishery almost. Then if you're looking for specific trade goods, you can see who can produce what. Each trade goods requires certain buildings, which require certain resources, and you can't build them unless they... I should bring
home sweet home.
Unless you happen to have the correct amount of resources. Your goals here, it shows you how
Your
much
goal,
return. This
sir.
is your expenses and your... Well, this is your expenses and this is your income. You control tax here. I'm at war, so I can collect a war tax. That's how much it is, but you typically get a big drop in happiness and kingdom power. Kingdom power is really good. The more you have, the higher percentage bonus income you get. Plus, happier your people are. Like at 5 kingdom power, which is the max, it's pretty hard to get unhappy. Say even
Your books,
if
sir.
you take
Your
over
goal,
a town in
sir.
from another country, and they typically have -20 to start out with, plus whatever modifiers the village inside it has. Breath. But the -20 is if there's a different religion, you have -10 for different religion, and they always have -10 nostalgia, which goes down over
Your
time.
books, sir.
These are books. You get them from libraries, universities, towns. Clerics. Clerics are your knights. This is your royal kingdom. You can have, what is it, 9? Yeah, 9.
Your piety, sir.
And piety. Piety's in it. But you can make royal family members, which is what I normally do. Royal family members, free knights, or you can hire a knight for a certain amount of gold. It's 1,000. And you have landlord, builder. These are so unuseful, the computers don't even ever use them. Cleric, merchant, spy, marshal, these are all useful. Generally, one cleric would get you by. You want to have like 2 merchants, 1 spy to start out with. Generally, your king or one of his princes. That way, you know he's not an enemy spy, because the enemy spy can be hired as anything. And your first spy is usually used to make sure you don't hire any enemies. That's why you want to be your king, because he can't be an enemy spy. He's your king. But if your king dies and your spy becomes king, which for that happen, he has to be pretty high on the food chain, which means no knights, nothing. I've had that happen before where I had a spy in the enemy kingdom, and here is there a toolsmithy? That's a toolsmithy. No, that's an axesmith, Fletcher. Oh, I'll make it. Oh wait, it's like right here. Yeah, right there. It's a lot like Civ, if you ask me. But yeah, you can hire spies. You can send spies to be hired by other people, which then they give you bonuses. Another bonus of having tool smithies everywhere is till later in the game. Okay, I'm gonna speed up time a little bit. Till later in the game, you can build faster because they get up your building. It's like having a higher builder count in Civ. I really don't play Civ that much, so I don't know too much about Civ. Another thing I like to do is...
A new construction has been finished, sire.
I am at your disposal, my
Trade
lord.
with another kingdom. I don't have anything too big. So I just built a tool smithy here. Next thing I want is a fishmonger. That's what it is, right? Yeah, fishmonger. Because it gives me plus food in a coastal village. Per coastal village, I should say. This only has one, so I mean it's still good. You want food for multiple reasons.
A
One,
new
if you
building
get
has
siege,
been built,
it
sire.
goes down slowly. And after a fishmonger, my usual build is into it's right here, granary, which then you can build a bakery. After that, it depends on the city and what strategical use it has. Like
Political
if it's a
use.
military, good for a military position. Like this one would be very good for military. Maybe something on the coast. Because since I'm only at war with France, only France doesn't like me. I only have to worry about France. My typical build for my royal court is 3 marshals, 3 merchants for more money, a spy, a cleric. What's the last one? Okay, so 3, that's 6, 7, 8, and then sometimes another marshal. It depends if I'm real war heavy.
A new building has been built, sire.
Grade that later. Oh, I already have a granary here. Cool. So when I have the money, I'm going to start a bakery. This is a lot about time and money management.
A new building has been built, sire.
I'm pretty poor, so
Enemy troops have crossed our borders.
updates come there. You can instantly go shit. 360. They're about to raise, so the only type of unit I can really build right now.
What is your command? I am leaving the castle. We are on our way. Time we are on our way.
What you really
Let's
want,
march.
the best way to fight early is to catch them at a river crossing and let
I am
them
moving.
automatically fight. I don't know who's crossing the river. That's the problem. I just want them to fight. So it's them crossing to us, which is good, which means we tend to have advantage. Personally, if you're leading this yourself, you don't really have advantage because you don't have archers. But, I mean, the game tends to be a little weird when it controls it itself, so I'm going to speed up time. That way. And their morale is lowering. This shows you the morale of the crew, who's winning. Like, I went from neutral, I think it starts at, just winning slightly to winning. If you start out with an immediate advantage, like if I had a bunch of archers in this, and they'd be firing them, because I'll show you what this looks like later. It's actually really cool. You can have bonus
Yes, my lord.
multipliers.
What is your
I'm gonna
wish?
say them because this shows the overall battle bonus, and it all depends on
Sire,
different
we were
stuff.
awarded a glorious victory.
Food at
I mean,
last.
another thing is if you're not having 4 marshals, you tend to want to have one space
Who
open
is your
to
master?
ransom. I don't know why I said transfer.
You will never leave
But
here
yeah,
alive.
yeah, I'm not going to do any of those. So there's that. Demand to attack. I don't even know who this place is. Forces you attack armies. So
Political
when you get
view.
one of these, it really sucks because it's in the way. It's really bad programming, but it happens. I don't know where these people are. I don't know. Oh, there they are. Where's Brit? It's only one place. If I wanted to, I could build up a quick like archer army by building a Fletcher. Actually, I have a Fletcher somewhere, I think. And then quickly rush them because just like any game, they're really weak early, which means you can tend to overwhelm some places. The only problem is overwhelming tends to lead to unstable politics and stuff, which is never a good thing. One of the first things I always give my army is tactics. Because what tactics
I am
does
skilled now. Move,
is
march,
you
move.
can normally
Everybody out.
always, where is it? Oh, right here. You can always make
Nice
a camp,
spot for
but in a
camping.
camp, if you're attacked, you always are at a disadvantage because what it looks like when you go into a fight is anybody that's in this type of camp is intense and they're scrambling to get out while the other units just rush them and slaughter them. But now he can make a
Time to march. Build
fortified
forts.
camp, which has walls, it has turrets, they hit units as they walk by.
Let us restock
You
and
always
rest.
With a, you always start with a advantage and a slight increase to your attack stuff, attack bonuses. So I have vehicle. Best thing to do early when you can is to get a lot of hero power. I mean kingdom power. I don't even know where that came from. I don't play a game with hero power. I don't know a game that has hero power. Is to get as much of a gold advantage as you can, because the more gold you have, it's 2,000 either way, the faster you can upgrade your kingdom power, which makes more gold into, yeah, it's just very, very beneficial. Another way to get early gold is where are they? Does this start? Oh, this already has one, a tax collector's office, which gives you gold for every village. This is the village. Maybe this counts, I don't know. Yeah, Coastal Village, so yeah, it counts. Village. And that gives you extra gold per those. It helps sometimes, but you gotta be careful because of the tax collector, the happiness is -5, which has to do with wars and the tax collectors. I'm building it in, which is +2 happiness and +1, so slightly counteracts the -3 happiness.
Political view.
One thing I want to do right now, and I probably have a good chance of, is stopping the war with France. I'm going to try to get something out of it just because I'm greedy. No, it's mainly because I know they're at war with other places. They're starting to lose, and no, they ain't got nothing worth it. So I'll propose a wipe. Yeah, so he signed peace, which means now that this province doesn't have that negative happiness from being exhausted by war. If you're at war too much, they get
My name is
exhausted,
worth
it
many
happens.
bags of gold, sire.
Political view.
One thing you want to try to do is look for one of the biggest countries you can. Probably going to be Lithuania right now. Yeah, looks like it. And hope they make money pretty much. You want to offer a trade agreement. So they accepted. So now I can
At your
use my
service,
merchant
sire.
trade with kingdoms, and it's 13 gold or hides, but I want the gold. I want to be able to build faster. So there's that. This one, battle in province, so it adds happiness. Positive happiness is nothing more than a way to offset unhappiness. It doesn't really benefit you any, it just gives you a buffer for how unhappy you
Never
are.
leave here alive.
Okay.
You will never leave
I'm gonna
here
keep him for a
alive.
little longer. See what happens. He's not taking up any useful space right now. I don't have the money for more people.
Political view.
Trying to think what I want to do. Pretty much just what's that? France, more France. They want to use my dock, they can because we're at peace, so it doesn't affect me. I can upgrade this to a dock at 2,000.
We have built a new building,
more
sire.
gold and more. Is it food? Yeah, more food. So one thing you really gotta do is make sure you speed up time when you can't do nothing and lower it when you need to focus on stuff. It's kind of like FTL in that fact that when you have a lot of shit going on, shit hits the fan. So you want to. So I'm not even. He died. That's nothing. That's not a big deal. I didn't kill him myself. He just died. It happens. So I want to get more hero power because it'll give me more gold. In a
You
way,
have
yes,
increased your
I
kingdom
could
power.
use that same gold to up
Your gold,
my
sire.
golden villages, but this is kind of like a This is kind of like a percentage. So more I build, the more kingdom power I have, then the more the gold I generate from buildings will affect it and make it go up. And I get 4 from it, which is more or less the amount I would get from a building, because if I build a tax collector's office here, which would make everybody unhappy, I'd only get 1, 2, 3 gold, and it's cheaper. No, this isn't already. It's 800 gold, so half the gold. It takes time to build, and it makes my province unhappy, which is never a good thing. I always build inns first, that way if something hits the fan, I'm not in trouble with a bunch of negative happiness. Yeah. After tool smithies, you generally want to go like the granary into a bakery, and then if it's a coastal town, you want to go fishmonger, into docks, into harbor, and if you can upgrade the harbor, but
A
it's
new
very hard
construction
because
has been
you need
finished,
specific,
sire.
Extra stuff. You can always upgrade the into hostel, which then completely offsets the happiness in the province. Well, not complete. Well, yeah, it does 3 and 3, and it does other stuff. Pact of non-aggression with gallery, sure. Generally, pacts of non-aggression are fine. What you want to avoid usually is alliance pacts.
A new construction has been finished, sire.
Allied with somebody, because that's just how it is.
My liege, what is your command?
Last thing you want to do is be an ally with somebody, they're at war with somebody, they
A
want
new
you to
construction
go to war.
has been
You
finished,
don't
sire.
want to go to war, so you decline, you lose all your hero power, or go in the negative. Which being the negative hero powers has a negative effect on, like right now I have +3 happiness from my kingdom power being at level 1. I'd have -3, I think it is, for level 1, level 1 kingdom power, so I'd have negative that. I'd be losing money instead of gaining money.
Your gold, sire.
It's just bad all
A new
around.
construction has been finished,
You
sire.
really want to avoid negative kingdom power at all costs. So yeah. If you're starting to make enough money, which I'm still really low, so I'm not, you can lower the tax, get rid of the tax, you can do a bunch of other stuff. The wealthiest ruler is Graf of Mecklenburg. So
Political view.
Mecklenburg is rich. Where's Mecklenburg? Right here. So one thing you can do when you see that is there is offer them a trade agreement. They're not interested. Oh well. No harm.
Political view.
All somebody can do is say no. And if they start a war with you over you wanting to do stuff with them, then they're crazy. But one thing you can always do is go to this building, which lets you search which places has certain buildings or can build certain buildings. I'm not being alliance with you. No, I'm not at war with Scotland. How would that? Okay, but you see, these two places are my places that are building right now. So I know all these places aren't. So, because I know they aren't, I can. Well, I kind of want to go.
You have increased your kingdom power.
My kingdom power.
We have built a new building, sire.
And then I can, when I start to have a real big income, I can start to just make sure any place that has room to build can build. Like this has pastures, it has nothing else. So I'll build a tool smithy real fast. Pastures, this is pretty good. You can get livestock, which is more food and other stuff. It's pretty good.
A new building has been built, sire.
Am I still on 10 speed? I think
A new building has been built, sire.
What am I on? Okay, I'm on 10 speed now, so I'll slow it back down. 1,000 gold. Since I have the inn, I'll do that. Since I have high hero powers, why I keep saying hero power? Since I have high kingdom power, I can technically build a few things that would lower my happiness without too big of impact. But you just want to be careful, because if you go at war and somebody pillages it or something bad happens, it can always drag you down. So yeah. So when you have money, you want to build a few things. This has a few things already. I built the tool smithy. So I'll speed up time, get my money for my tax collector office, and then start building. Out of money, out of time, nothing happening. So I'll speed up time. Piety, you generally always have more than you need, so you never.
Your piety, sire.
Do anything about that. Each of the three kingdoms have a different religion. Well, each of the three major religions have their own bonus. Donating money, if you're a Catholic, will increase your relationship with the papacy and the Catholic religion, which means anybody that gets a lot of piety that's Catholic will like you more. Orthodox.
We have built a new building, sire.
Their power is to break away from the Byzantium main church, which, I mean, in its own way is decent, because when you're Orthodox and you're not your own church, you have to pay a tithe every tick, which means you make less money, which means by having that you make more money. The downfall is you have to always have a level 5 cleric.
We have built a new building, sire.
Level 5 cleric takes so long to train. It really does. It's kind of annoying, actually. But you have to. Like, when you start taking over places, you'll need a level 5 cleric to pretty much brainwash them into liking you. That way their happiness stays good and they're not rebelling against you. Having places rebelling while your armies are on the move is really annoying. Generally, I have one marshal that's a horse, cavalry only marshal. That way he can run around my kingdom when it gets big. At full speed, there's a few buffs that buff their movement speed on the map, and he can take care of all the little quelling rebels whenever he wants. Whenever I have some. But yeah, so that's how you can deal with rebels. It's not really the most efficient, but it works. But if you play right, you don't tend to have too many rebels. If you're at war too much, you can. It depends. But So these are
The kingdom
ranking.
ranking,
This is
sire.
most powerful. This is based on a bunch of other stuff: how much land you have, how much gold per turn you get, how many gold you have, your military power, how much you're liked by your kingdom, your overall happiness of kingdom. This is all the separate stuff. Largest kingdoms.
A new building has been built, sire.
Military strength.
A new building has been built, sire.
Wealthiest, which is how much gold you currently have, not how much you make. Damn, Genoa makes a lot.
Political view.
Don't I have like a trade thing with Genoa? No, I don't. They don't. How does Genoa make the most? They're about to disappear. Shit. But yeah. Once you pretty much kill a upgrade this. What? Because I want to upgrade this so they get more happiness, because I'm about to build a, well, I can build it now, a quarry, which is a trade thing, which
A new construction has been
stone,
finished,
which
sire.
useful. Alliance pack, line star. I don't want alliance.
Political view.
Ulster doesn't really like me.
A
but I'm
new
not at war
building
with
has
them,
been
so
built,
how
sire.
would that? Sometimes the computer's logic doesn't make sense to me, which sometimes makes me feel maybe a landlord or a builder's not too bad, and they just don't build them. But I mean, shit happens. So I have a pasture in this one. I'm not even sure which one is. Is it this one? Yeah, it's this one. So I'm building a stud farm. Stud farms is needed for cavalry units. Cavalry units can be really good. So after I build, this shows you all the units you can make. I can only make peasants right now because they're the only things I have stuff for. For example, to make swordsman, you need a swordsmith, spearman, spearmaker, fletcher for bowman. These are your special units that can be made at any trying to think of a word. Any town you own, you just have to be able to get this stuff for it. Like, I need a chainmail workshop and a swordsmith, and I can make men at arms, which is pretty much a more beefed up swordsman. Local units are units that tend to cost a little bit more money, but they tend to be just as good as the kingdom special units, and the place there can always make them. Like longbowmen, this place will always make longbowmen, doesn't matter who owns it. Kind of would think longbowmen be a England thing, but and then you have hobblers, which hobblers look like some horse spear thing. But yeah, these are all pretty much in the same general area, so you're not going to get much of a difference. Like if I come down here, this has no local special units. It will only show the units you can make here. So like here I only have all these. This doesn't have pastures, which means this place can't have horses themselves, but all you need is the trade goods horses in one of your kingdom, and you can be trading other people horses.
We have built
for
a new
money,
building,
and
sire.
you can still use horses. It's not like Civ where if you have a resource and you trade it, you need more than one to be able to keep using it yourself. So now that I have a quarry, I can build Stone Nation, all this. I have docks. I really want to go harbor, but I'm going to do bakery first. How much to upgrade my kingdom power? It's going to be 4 grand. So I'm going to let these things build. Where is it? Kingdom
The
advantages.
kingdom advantages, sire.
These are advantages you get. Secret order. Establishing this gives you 10% chance of spies doing their mission. This is +3 morale when you're fighting. It's called Glorious Conquest. So to get these, you need all the trade goods that are required, and these yellow ones are exotic goods, which you can only use by. Where is this? I was making one. I think it's at the bakery. After you make a dock, you can make a harbor. After you make a harbor, you can make a something. But
A new construction has been finished, sire.
Admiralty, which is the upgrade of a harbor. Once you have that, that was just telling me I made horses. Once you have that, you can use this to make a to trade for exotic goods. Since they're exotic, they don't come from anywhere on the map.
Political
Technically, spices I think could technically come from here, but they don't. They come from your harbor, your admiralty, from trading. I think the first one's like 500 gold, the second one's 1,000, and it keeps doubling, which means it gets really expensive to get all of them. If
The
you
kingdom
get all
advantages,
the kingdom
sire.
advantages, you can have a small victory, but I mean, it's no fun to win that way. It's funner to win with either eventually
Political view.
all the
The kingdom
all
ranking, sire.
like the top. I think it's 5. No, it's all these 7, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 7 will meet up, and these 7 will meet up, and these 2 will be up for a vote by these 5 on if they think they should become the ruler of Europe. And if you win the vote, you win, but it's really hard to win the vote. It's very political. You have to, I'm going to save this game. Yes, you have to, and I'm going to exit, and this is going to be it for this session. But, yeah, this is retirement. You show stats. You can always rejoin. And to do that, you have to be like really good allies, have like family relations with each of them, which you can marry. You can propose marriage in the political thing, and you just have to be really close with all the top kingdoms, which tends to be hard because if you're one of the top 2, it's hard to please every other top power because they get jealous. I didn't show this video, but I'll try to remember next video. Each ruler, and you'll be able to see if you look when I click on a random country that's not England, has different traits. It'll be like next to their photo. You'll see when I click on France and where this is. And some are, one's greedy, militaristic, expansionist. If they're greedy, they tend to get jealous if you're one of the top powers. They're extremely hard to get on your side. And that's just how it tends to work. It's hard to do that. The easiest way, yet still kind of the hardest, would be to take over all of Europe, which means you have to conquer every single province in there, or conquer all the provinces till they all become vassals of you. Which vassals is something you can offer or demand when you're offering peace. And a vassal, if you're the one giving the vassalage to another country, means you're beating them in the war. They acknowledge that, and they don't want to fight you because they'll cease becoming a country. They give you money every tick. That's pretty much all they do. You get money from them every tick. But you have to protect them if somebody starts attacking them. You have to do other stuff. That's why I didn't offer vassalage to France, because it looked like they were losing, and I did not want to deal with that right now. I have no military power, so yeah. This game is a lot of theory crafting, and you have to be like, this is going to happen if I do this. What if this happens and this happens? Like, if I thought France was going to start winning against the other people, I would offer them vassalage, taking a part of their income, until they were pissed off at me again, and try to declare independence and war with me. I would have been a little better off for this whole session. But, that's what happens. You make mistakes, shit changes, shit happens ways you don't expect. That's just the way it goes. There are quick battles which show you different scenarios you can do. But that's it for now. Thank you for watching. I'm Caleb11. I'll be here next time. Bye.
Farewell, sire.
So it's a back.